Be me. Live with two roommates who are married. The woman's friend, call her Stacy, comes over every weekend to cook meals with her for both of their households. About a week ago I hear a knock on the door a few minutes after the friend arrived. I answer the door. There's an angry short guy there. I know Stacy isn't here, let me in. Sure. Goes right past me and gets really close to Stacy. Shouts, who the fuck is this asshole? Tension in the room is at an all-time high. She's stumbling over her words and shit, making it seem like we are in a relationship. Speak up and say that I barely know her and that she just comes over to cook and play card games. He says if I ever find you in bed with her I'm cutting your head off. Can't come up with a response to that, just say you and show my gun. He leaves and says I know where you live, fucker. Stacy breaks down crying. Starts rambling about how that guy's father is a serious drug kingpin and got away with cutting a guy in half with the Swiss Army knife. Sincerely doubt this. Insists it's true. If it wasn't true I'd take the kids and leave him. Starts frantically apologizing to me like I'm a dead man. Say fuck that. I have their address since I helped my roommates mail out wedding invites. Over the course of the next few days I call up a random pizza place, make a huge ass order for a party and get it sent to his house. A few hours ago I get a phone call from the guy saying he's sorry for threatening me and to please stop. Be me. In college. Very close to my friend and his dad who owns a gun range, shoots a lot, shit like that. He is also very rich. He does something with real estate. He's also a top-tier boomer and doesn't understand how the internet works. Tell him about a crate of 7.62 I bought for really cheap. How'd you get that? Just tell him I have a good eye for ammo sales. In retrospect I have no fucking clue why I said this. In reality I just go on Wiki Arms and look up whatever. He tells me he will pay me to find really cheap ammo for him. WTF. Okay, sure. He calls me and says he needs 200 RNDS of .45, he also says he will pay me $100 to find it. Nigga.jpg. Tell him for $20 more I will ship it straight to his house. He agrees. I just made $120 by clicking some buttons. This happened a couple months ago. He asks me to look for shit about 2 to 3 times a week. Is this ethical? Be me. Haven't bought a new gun in store for like 6 to 7 years. Buy gun online from Poverty State Armory since they're like 3 miles from work. Wait 2 fucking weeks for it to ship, i.e. go on their company van. Go in store to pick up gun. Show license. Guy asks if I live at said address, I tell him I recently moved. Guy tells me to go to Bass Pro and get fishing license. Go to Bass Pro. Retarded lady still puts my old address on the license despite telling me she put my current address on there. Go home, go to driver services website, change address and system, print out temporary license showing updated address. Few days later walk into PSA and ask if that will suffice. Guy says no, has to be physical license card. I ask WTF and the guy says the ATF is breathing down their throat and it has to be like that. MFW. It said it would take up to 30 days for my real license card to ship. I've passed 5 background checks this year already but can't get my gun because of bullshit. At least I don't live in faggot-ass California. Based inconsiderate drivers get the rope. There's a long merge lane near my home. People use this to skip to the front of fucking traffic. Be me. Get in right lane. See car flying up the merge lane. Put blinker on at last second and turn wheels to the right. Driver panics and goes up the curb. One spick rode it into a small brick wall of the way. Did something similar when driving through Maryland. Black hood rat girl hit the barrier so hard her door almost came off. I also love pissing off people that weave in and out of traffic by speeding up and slowing down to the car next to me. Be me. Get just as good AP5. Starts mauling its own ejection port 700 RNTSN. Bolt gap shrank from .12 to .7. Swapping plus 4 rollers. Bolt gap now measuring .12. 13 doesn't even add up. Not mauling ejection port as hard but still dinging it. New MP5 pattern, needs plus 6 or plus 8 rollers to not kill itself. Left wondering WTF else is out of spec to be causing this. I really love the thing but geez, and since it's a Century import I'm really reluctant to send it back to them to be looked at, or they might do some zany shit like grinding the back of the bolt down so it's more in spec. Be me 18 years old at the time. 17 years / a friend tells me about a shotgun he's been looking at in a pawn shop. Walking the store together. He points at it. Pawn shop bro pulls it down from the shelf and discusses it with underage friend. Friend gives me the cash in store, I fill out the paperwork and buy it. Hand it to friend as soon as we walk out. Months later I buy it from him. So wild how the pawn shop knew exactly what was going on and just didn't give a shit. Be me on Friday. Bored. Wanted to try anal. Find roasty with good reviews. $350. Show up, she's fat but also has a hank-hill ass somehow. Fuck her for an hour, still couldn't cum. She unironically says I'm 42 years old sweetheart, I can't fuck for an hour straight. https://twitter.com/candymalcolm1/ Be me, a boomer from Suriname. Have a territorial dispute with Guyana for decades now. Also Venezuela have territorial dispute with Guyana about own half of Guyana. Recently Guyana found the mother load of oil and carbons in their seas while we came empty-handed. Be me, waiting for Maduro doing a Putin and invade Guyana for its resources. Shit's gonna hit the fan when that happens. Be me. Walk into local gun store. Buy gun. Tuck gun into CCW holster. Leave with gun.